Hello, everybody. Hey, Celso, I just got your email late last night. We are going to work through it. I'm going to answer that question for you. In fact, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. It is called Learn, Test, Pass. So hopefully, you'll see this and you get it, and I see you saying hello, and all of the fun and wonderful things. Hello, Miss Caroline. No, don't cry. There's no crying in baseball. Actually, you can cry all you want as long as you pick yourself back up and you keep going. So, and I'm proud of you for keeping going. So there's that. Is everybody ready to partay on this Friday? I'm hoping so. So let's just get right into it. Oh, let me ask first. Does anybody have any questions? Something you want me to definitely go over, or something you encountered during the week that you're like, Candace, could you please explain it? Hey, Dee. So let me know, are there any specific questions? Otherwise, I was thinking that we would go over the questions from AI like we did last time. You felt good going into it, but that state portion disagreed. Yeah, and that state portion in North Carolina, it's a beast. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's a beast, but we're gonna get you over the hump. All right, so since nobody seems to have any specifics, I'm going to, hey, Trix, hi. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my iPad. Remember last week what we were doing is we were going over the questions that I had AI create. And I had so much fun kind of doing them with you last week. I didn't go any further. So it's the first time I'm really going through and reading them and kind of working through the answers. So let's see what AI has to do. And if you want, I can show you, do I still have, going through ChatGPT and asking them to make questions, it's just, it's free. I like it. So here we go, going to that. Boom. Let's start with number 9. Which step is required to make a deed valid? Which step is required to make a deed valid? So the word that I'm focusing on here is required. So that tells me 3 of these are going to be must-haves, and 3 of these are going to be good to haves, and 1 of them is a must-have. Only 1 of these answers should be required. So is it A, notarization, B, legal description only? Is it C, signed, sealed, delivered, accepted? Or is it D, witnessed by 2 neighbors? What do we think? Okay, D is saying C. D is giving me a C. Ronette is giving me an A. Celso is giving me a C. Okay, Trix is giving me a C. Okay, Caroline is giving me a C. So let's talk about it. Nobody thought that it was A, well, no, Ronette, you did. And so did you, Tiffany. You all thought it was notarization, but no, notarization is what we call acknowledgement. I can spell. That's acknowledgement, and that is part of our not necessary. So it's things that are not essential for the deed, right? And I don't think anybody thought it was D, witnessed by the 2 neighbors, which is telling me the answer is either B or it's C. The answer has got to be B or it's got to be C. Now, I got to tell you, there is something about C that I don't like. There is something about C that I don't like, and there's something about B that I don't like. Can anybody tell me what it is about C or B that is kind of making me go, I don't know about that answer. I don't know if I would choose it. There's something about each of these that makes me kind of wonder, okay, which one should I choose? And it's kind of picky, But this is where one of those things where we want to be picky. All right. All right. So accepted. No, that's not it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Your bad, sealed only. Nope, it's not sealed. So do we know our acronym for this? Do we know our acronym? Anybody? Delivered? No. No. All right. So let's go here. I'm going to go to, you know how I like to do it. We're going to go to our essential lists. We're going to our essential lists, and I'm scrolling down to our essential deeds things and our non-essential, right? Our essential elements and our non-essential elements, right? So up here, let's start with our essential elements of a deed. These are things, these are our must-haves. So it must be in writing. Why? Because of the statute. Did I spell that right? That's terrible. I mean, just pull myself together here. Statute of frauds. We know it has to be in writing because it's a transfer of interest in real estate, right? The grantor has to be competent. They have to be over 18. They can't be high. They can't be, the courts have said, oh, you're incompetent. You get that. So this property description needs to be a legal description. It does need to be a legal description, although we do use the words property description, but that's fine. Words of conveyance, which is that habendum clause. I'll remember the habendum clause. So if I have a piece of paper with your name, my name, and a legal description, okay, we got to have the words that tells you, okay, I'm actually giving it to you, and the habendum clause is, what is it? What type of ownership am I giving it to you? And then it is executed, which means it has to be signed by the grantor, and it needs to be delivered and accepted. Are essential elements of a deed. I get paid with every deal. And then here are your good to haves. It's good to have. It's not a must have. It's good to have. Acknowledgement or notarization. Did I spell that right? I don't even know. Who cares? Dated. It doesn't necessarily have to be dated because a lot of times in most states it's either who moves in first or who records first. It doesn't have to have consideration because think about it, like a deed of gift. You didn't pay for it, so no consideration. It doesn't have to have consideration. It doesn't have to be sealed. It doesn't have to be witnessed, and it doesn't have to be recorded. Is it a good idea to record? Absolutely. But just because you didn't record doesn't mean it's not valid. So if we know that, I would come back here. Now, it's just me being picky. I think saying that it has to be a legal description when I use something that just says property description, it's a bit picky. But I know it can't be C because deeds don't have to be sealed. So that means this answer is out, and okay, I'll take it. Right? So B, if I take the only out. Perfect. There you go. All right. Any questions on that? Hopefully not. Let's keep on going. A deed conveying no warranties, but implying a grantor owns the property is what? A deed that conveys no warranties, but implies that the grantor owns the property is what? So is there anything, okay, Caroline's giving me a B. Are there any that we could remove, or maybe that B was from before because there's a delay. I don't know. Any of these that you can get rid of. So you got A, quitclaim deed, B, special warranty deed, C, bargain and sale deed, or D, judicial deed. Anything that you can take out. Okay, we got A's, we got A's, we got A's. No A. No, are you saying no, it's not A? Hmm. So let me help you all out. It is not A. Why? Why? Here's the question. Why is it not A? I want you to think of a mechanic's lien. All right? A mechanic's lien. No, it's not A. Most definitely it's not A. If I have a mechanic's lien, then that means, let's say I have a house and Celso painted it and I did not pay him. He would put a mechanic's lien on the property, and then when he went through and I didn't pay, like he wanted to say, okay, I want to put a lien on the house. Well, then he puts a lien on the property. Let me get my story straight here. And then when I pay him, he would use a quitclaim deed to remove interest, but he doesn't own the property. Quitclaim deed doesn't even say I own it. It just says whatever interest I have, I'm letting you have it. All right, so Caroline said, if that is the case, then it's C. And you know what? I absolutely love it because it's not B and it's not D. Why? Because the judicial deed comes from the courts. And the courts don't own it, so it can't be that. And then the special warranty deed has warranties. The special warranty deed has warranties. Remember, the special warranty deed says, I promise that I didn't mess it up. I promise that I own it. I promise that I can convey it to you. I promise that I didn't mess it up. I just can't promise that the person before me didn't mess it up. So our answer is bargain and sale deed. It's saying I own it, but pretty much that's it. I'm just saying I own it and I'm giving it to you. Whereas the quitclaim deed just says I quit any claim. I don't even say that I'm owning it. I just say I have an interest somehow and now I'm relinquishing it to you. So does that make sense? Does everybody understand what I mean when I say, hey, you can have an interest? You know, there's an enter. Now, I feel like there's an E there. I don't know. You can have an interest, but you don't own it. Do we all get what that means when I say you have an interest, but you don't own it? Think of it this way. The word interest is like the word family. It just means that there's a relationship there. But it doesn't tell you specifically what type. A family member could be a sister, or it could be a daughter, or it could be a dad, or it could be an aunt, or it could be a cousin. I mean, there's lots of, when we say a family member, you don't know which one it is. If I say an interest, you could be the owner, you could be the renter, you could have a security interest. Like when we talk about mortgages, you could be a lien holder. So interest just means you have a relationship with the property. A family member, just like family means you have a relationship with the person, but there's lots of different interests that you can have. Does that help? Yes? I don't know. I'm hoping that makes sense because I do think that people get that whole interest concept kind of messed up. All right. See, I like these questions aren't too bad. You know, ChatGPT did okay. You ready for number 11? All right, let's choose a different color just so it doesn't get mixed up. 3 neighbors buy a lot equally with survivorship rights. They most likely hold that the word title should be here. They most likely hold title. Okay, my cursive is just going downhill. T-I-T-L-E. As what? Tenants in common, joint tenants, tenancy by the entirety, or co-op. What say you? tenants in common, joint tenants, tenants by the entirety, or co-op. What say you? And if you're not sure, can you eliminate an answer and tell me why? All right, I've got B, I got B, we got some B's there, lots of B's. Bees in the trap, bees in the trap, bees in the trap, bees in the trap. All right, well, if you're telling me it's B, why is it not A? Why is it not C? And why is it not D? Because remember, guys, if you can do that, that helps you study for later. Why is it not A? Why is it not C? And why is it not D? Well, let me help you. Tenants in common has no right of survivorship. It can't be tenants in common because you don't get the right of survivorship with tenants in common. That's a big boo. It can't be tenants by the entirety because this is for married couples only. Now, I don't think it's legal in any state to have, well, maybe Utah, to may have more than one wife, but yeah, it's the three neighbors. No, we're going to assume that's not what they mean. Tenants in common does not have rights of survivorship, Tiffany. I just want to make sure that's what you meant to say, right? And joint tenants do have the right of survivorship, so it can't be tenants by the entirety. And a co-op is what? What is a co-op? It's not a condo. Condo and co-op are very close, but it's not a condo. A co-op is a cooperative, right? And that's where you buy the stock in a company, and that company owns the building, and then you get a lease. That's a co-op. And that's not our answer either. That's okay, Tiffany. You don't have to apologize. This is how we figure out what you know and what you don't know, right? And you could, it's fine. So our answer has to be joint tenants. There you go. All right. Yep, a share of investment, a cooperative, perfect. I really got to figure out a way to make the lag not so long. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. All right. Ready to do number 12? I hate that it split it up like that. A couple holds title to A. Okay. A couple holds title to A and B as tenants by the entirety. If A dies, B what? A couple holds title, and so notice they're giving you like a little quote here. To A and B as tenants by the entirety. If A dies, B shares their past to the A's heirs. Is it B, co-ownership continues? Is it C, receives full ownership? Or is it D, must probate? All right. Trix is giving me, are you giving me a B on this one, Trix? So number 12, is it A, B, C, or D? Or can you tell me which one I want to get rid of? I don't know. Me not know. It's a good question. Now, Celso just answered it, kind of with there. So, Ronette, you giving me a C. Tiffany is giving me a C. Margaret is giving me a C. All right. Celso's giving me C. And you know what? I like the answer C. I like the answer C. Why? Because A and B have tenants by the entirety, and tenants by their entirety comes with the right of survivorship. Which means if you got A and B that are owners and A dies, Well, then their share goes to B. He's a sole owner. And what do we call that when there's just one owner? It's ownership in something. When there's just one owner, what do we call it when it's that? And definitely it's not D, because the whole point of tenants by the entirety is you get the right of survivorship so that there's no probate. And we know co-ownership can't continue because A died and there's the right of survivorship. And then it didn't pass to A's heirs. That's just not right. Trix has it. It's ownership in severalty. Good, 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 good. And by good, I mean great. Great vocab word. Love that. All right. Question. What do you all think of these questions? I mean, they're not as wordy as some of the others that we have on Prep Agent or some of the other ones, but when you're seeing these questions that you've never seen before, does it help you get an idea of what you know and what you don't know? I know you couldn't have seen these questions before because I've never seen these questions before because ChatGPT made them up. But do we find that helpful? I'm thinking you do. Because I want to make sure you haven't memorized these. So just let me know. All right, 13. Which form of co-ownership allows unequal shares? Which form of co-ownership allows unequal shares? Is it A, joint tenancy, B, tenancy in common, C, tenancy by the entirety, or D, partnership? Oh, good. They make you think, Tricks. Good. You like them, and yes, it helps. Yay! I like it. I was thinking about in July doing this twice a week. Would that help y'all? Like maybe one day do questions and another day like teach a lesson. Like say, hey, this is the lesson I'm teaching today. It'll be, and you can ask questions, and then another day answer questions, or maybe both day do questions. I don't know. They're better than the wordy ones. Well, so I hate Ronette, that's good and that's bad, because remember, on your exam, they're probably going to be a little bit wordy. So this is a good test of your knowledge, but I would say be prepared for more wordy questions on your exam. I don't know how to try. I tried to tell ChatGPT to make them longer questions, and this is their version of long. Yep, you've been told that PSI is more wordy. Yeah, I got to figure it out. I'll keep working on it. All right, you all are telling me the answer is B. I think we all know this one. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah, and we can do some math too, Danielle. I can do some math. If I do it twice a week, I can do that. You co-sign that July slip? Okay. Okay, what day? What day? And you know, I do Fridays, but maybe Thursday and Friday since I don't do it the other days. I don't know. All right, let's do number 14. If co-owners disagree and divide the property, each sells their share, this is called what? If co-owners disagree and divide the property, each sells their share, this is called what? What do we think of this one? What do we think? Is it A, partition, B, partition in kind, C, partition by sale, or D, all of the above? Oh, there goes my air conditioning. Sorry, guys. What do we think? All right. How about Monday or Wednesday, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. You're unsure, D. You're saying D. Okay. All of the above. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, BE. Look, guys, I actually don't know. I've got to look this one up. I'm literally looking it up. It says a partition in kind divides the property physically, while partition by sale involves selling the property and dividing the proceeds. So, the first thing I'm going to say is, has anybody seen this before? Has anybody seen the difference between partition, partition in kind, or partition by sale in your books? This is new to me. Like, I've seen the different words, but this is the first time I've been asked, okay, what is the difference? Now, according to Google, it seems to be partition by sale. They are real, but remember, this says you're physically dividing the property. And then this one says that you are selling, dividing the proceeds. But it says they're dividing the property and each sells their share. So I'm like, did they physically divide it first and then sell? So this one, I don't know. This is what we call a bad question. And I'm not going to say bad. I'm not going to say bad. I'm going to say it's too specific for real estate class. I'm going to say it's too specific for real estate class. Yeah. I mean, it's free. This is what happens when you go free, y'all. But we did learn something. We did learn something, right? So maybe partition is I'm thinking partition in kind, you keep ownership. And partition by sell, you don't keep ownership. That's what I'm seeing at an initial look, but I would say let's just let it go because nobody's seen it before. All right, let's try 15. Which is true of tenancy? You know what? Before we do that, let's scroll to the end. These are all tenancy and common questions. I did 50 questions. Let's start at the bottom. All right. Okay, 50 is a gimme. I'm going to need us all to get this right. Which allows the government to tax property? Which allows the government to tax property? Is it A, eminent domain, B, escheat, C, taxation, D, police power? Y'all better, don't you get this wrong. Don't you get this one wrong. I'm going to need y'all to get this one right. This needs to have 100%. Now, you're going to guess this right, but I want to make sure and give everybody the opportunity. Do you know what all of these things are? Because if you don't, then we review them. But I'm going to need us to get this one right? Like, y'all. And guess what, guys? You could get a question this easy on the exam. Don't count on it. But you could, and if you do, don't start to go, well, there must be a trick. Absolutely not. You take your free point and you run with it. You run with it. Okay, yeah. I think we all know our answer is C, taxation. Woo woo. Okay, let's try 49. An agent selling their own. Okay, so you know what? Maybe they don't do a good job of... ChatGPT's not perfect, I guess. An agent selling their own listing without disclosing the relationship is a violation of what? An agent selling their own listing without disclosing relationship is a, well, would be a violation of what? Interesting. I don't know how I feel about this question. So, an agent is selling their own listing without disclosing a relationship is a violation of, I kind of feel like it's A, disclosure, but I kind of feel like it's C, dual agency. But let's talk about why. Well, it's not an open listing because with it's an open listing, there's multiple listing agents and only one gets paid, the person who finds the buyer. Right? And we know puffing is an exact. Alexa, how do you spell exaggeration?
Exaggeration is spelled E-X-A-G-G-E-R-A-T-I-O-N.
Yeah, I used her like that. Don't judge me. I've forgotten how to spell since we have, spell correct, spell check. I don't know. So it's not puffing, right? Why do I think it's disclosure? Because it's you violated your fiduciary duties. You violated old car. Obedience, loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, accounting and accountability, and reasonable skill and care. Yeah, you violated disclosure, but it's a violation related to dual agency. So I don't know. I wouldn't put both of those answers in there, right? It's weird. So I'm going to go with A. I feel like it's A because this is related to dual agency, but it is a violation of disclosure. So that's what I'm going to go with. If somebody thinks I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. But yeah, we're going to go with A, disclosure. All right. Are we ready? 48. In appraisal, weighing each approach gives a final value in what? In the appraisal, weighing each approach, I would change to say in an appraisal, weighing each approach to get a final value is called. I think that's a better question. In an appraisal, weighing each approach to get a final value is called, is it cost approach, income approach, sales comparison approach, or reconciliation? Which one you got for me? This is the song that runs through my head while I'm waiting for the delay to let you all catch up. I don't know. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to end some of this delay. I don't know. All right, who's got an answer choice for me? Okay, Trick said A. Tiffany says A. Anybody else? We got Tricks. We got Tiffany. Ronette says D. So we got an A, we got an A, we got a D. Margaret says A or B. Tiffany says D. Who else? What else you got for me? All right, so let me answer this one. The answer to this one is D, reconciliation. This is just going to be a vocab word. So we know there's three approaches. There's the cost approach, the income approach, the sales comparison approach, otherwise known as the market data approach. And these are each approach. These are the 3 approaches. So the appraiser does, if they're doing more than one approach, they do it, and then they reconcile. They reconcile the data. That's reconciliation. So it's a good vocab word. And I don't think they test on that a lot in Prep Agent or CompuCram. So this was a good question. We like this question. Yay. All right. How about 47? A broker receives offers for a buyer. His obligation is to. Receives offers for a buyer. His obligation is to. I think this needs clarity. What if we say a listing broker receives offers? Wait, maybe we said a broker receives offers for his listing, period. Who is, what is his, is it say, maybe say, what is his obligation? What is his obligation? Is his obligation to avoid conflicts? Is it to disclose to the seller? Is it to present off offers, or is it to present? So a broker receives maybe multiple offers for his listing. What is his obligation? Is it to avoid conflicts? Is it to disclose to the seller? Is it to present all offers? Or is it to D, keep the highest? Yeah, I can do that. Let me finish this question, and Margaret, I will definitely go back. I will definitely go back. Well, we know it's not A, avoid conflict. We know it's not B, keep the highest. But I think this one, if we're looking at it from a state point of view, most states are going to tell you you have to present all offers unless otherwise directed. And most people are going to say, you know, disclose to the seller unless otherwise directed. What do you all think? I'm kind of leaning toward, oh, this one's hard. I think they were trying, I'm going to go with C. I'm going to go with C, but I do understand you're supposed to disclose. There are some states where once the seller's under contract, the state will allow you to say, hey, I don't have to tell you about other offers that come in. So this one is not, this one definitely needs more clarity. But does everybody see why I'm saying that? Does anybody have a question as to why that is true? Right? I'm hoping not. But yeah, again, this is what happens when you go with free. Free is the key word here. And, you know, that means I put it in ChatGPT and I got what I got. Do I still like it? Yeah, because it makes me think and it makes me go through the possibilities with you all. And I want you all to see how I go through and answer questions so that hopefully that helps you learn how to eliminate. Now let's rewind. Oh, I said let's rewind. I can do this. Or you know that part in Hamilton was like rewind, rewind. Yeah, we could do that. All right. Either way, somebody asked me to go over these different approaches. So we know the sales comparison approach. The sales comparison approach is when you find your comp sales, your recent sales, and you compare those sales. So you say, hey, here's comp A that sold for $350,000, and here's comp B and it sold for $340,000, and here's comp C and it sold for $355,000. So you would say, oh, based on that, I think I think this house should be worth $353,000. Like, you're using comparables or similar properties. That's the sales comparison approach. The income approach has to do with NOI. We know if we take the NOI and divide it by the cap rate, that gives you value. So it's all about the income that comes in annually. And then I'm going to choose a different cost approach is when you rebuild and then depreciate.